Well, welcome to the BNI Effect, an opportunity where we talk to amazing BNI members about their BNI journey and also their businesses as well. Tony Meredith's my name, and ordinarily I'm a business coach, but today I'm looking forward to bring to you yet another exciting interview. And today is episode number 18, and today's guest is Nick Hosking. Nick, how are you, mate?
Very well, Tony. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, thank you for being here. Why don't we kick it off by you telling us a little bit about who you are and your business?
So I am the director of KM Website Design, a business focusing on website design and SEO primarily. Uh, Essentially, I came from a transport background. My partner has owned businesses previously, so built her own websites through that and had training and assistance with that. So she got me training when I took some long service leave, and we essentially started a business on the basis of that training.
Right. So from transport to website design. So was the reason because your partner was already in it? Was that the reason? Did you have an interest from this prior or?
So I've travelled around Australia driving coaches with passengers and tourists for best part of 15 years, and it was just, I think, a time to change. I was in middle management, didn't really like what I was doing, so she introduced me to this and took to it like glue, and the rest is history, as they say.
Amazing. And how long have you been in business for?
Nearly 2 years.
Okay, terrific. And how and when were you introduced to BNI?
So I was introduced through, I was doing a bit of a cold email, a cold call campaign just after Christmas, and one of those emails actually went to a member of BNI B2B, and she invited me along to come and see what it's like, and yeah, the rest it's just, I felt very comfortable within the chapter. So I'd done other networking events through either free events or paid events, and I didn't feel comfortable in the rooms. As soon as I stepped in, and the members there are amazing. They're very welcoming, great vibe within the room. It's just, yeah, I love it.
So you knew that that was your place, a little bit like hand in glove, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I walked out of that room and rang my business partner and said, we're joining, and well, I'm joining, and yeah, I think I put the application in very much soon after that. I was just, yeah, I felt very at home in that chapter, and I still do.
Excellent. So that's approximately sort of 6 months, give or take, in the
Give or
chapter.
take. Yeah, I think I joined in the February this year, and yeah, already seen massive growth within the business just from that BNI input.
Well, let's talk about that. So then, how has BNI, helped you from a networking point of view, and also, as you said, it's been influencing your business?
I shared, I didn't educate, no, sorry, I did core values a couple of weeks ago, and I said, and one of the things, um, BNI has helped me grow as a person with my confidence. 6 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to stand in front of a group of 20 people and talk about my business. Now I do the education, I'm on the membership committee, I'm in the visitor host team, I'm everywhere within BNI, and it's allowed me to grow, which in turn has then made me able to talk about my business, not just in my BNI chapter, but go out and actually experience and go to other networking events, or just sit in front of people and say, this is what I do, not try and hide and be that back person. I can actually take the step forward and go, yes, this is who I am. This is my business. Let's talk.
Be proud of the fact that you've got an
People,
amazing business and you want to let the whole world know. How
yes.
does BNI specifically help with that, Nick? Because I speak to a lot of people in the podcast series, and most people will mention the whole personal development side of things. So I'm really keen to understand how BNI helps specifically in growing your personal development.
I think BNI, one of BNI's trainings is to sell through, not to. And again, I think the fact that I see BNI as, my chapter is my sales team. They go out and promote my business for me. So I'm connecting. I might not. There might be a plumber in the room. It might not be my ideal client, but they may know my ideal client. So they can then refer to me. So it's helped grow because it expands. I'm one person, where with the help of BNI, I'm essentially 20, 30 people that then promote my business. And again, givers gain. Everyone, what we love to give people things, so that everyone's trying to always help people grow their businesses. So,
Good point you make, because most people in business, they start off small, which is fair, and don't have the resources financial to bring on 20 or 30 salespeople. If only we could, right? So then, what a
exactly.
wonderful alternative where you're saying that through your involvement in BNI, through getting to know the members in your chapter B2B, effectively those other 25 or 30 odd members become your sales force, and they're out there looking for work for you. But then also it works in reverse, where you're
Yes,
now the salesperson of 25 other businesses and you're looking for work for them.
yes. It's it's a great model to work with because it works and the statistics show it.
And so just on that, so then how do you measure your success in BNI?
Uh, Measuring ultimately, uh, I went in to grow my business. That was my primarily what I wanted to do. Again, I also wanted that personal growth, which I thought would happen. So, with when it comes to the metrics of it, uh, one referral for me covers my yearly BNI cost. So it was, yes, there is a cost involved, but I also feel that when you pay for something, you're going to make an effort to make it work. Where there's a lot of free networking events out there, and they're good to a level, but when you start to go, well, this is going to cost 2,000, 3,000, whatever the membership cost is, people go, oh, okay, I actually have to work at this to get a return. So I don't see, I'm more interested in trying to help other people in my chapter though, more than trying to, because I know that it will be returned in tenfold.
Outstanding. How has your business evolved since joining BNI, and what role has networking played in that journey?
BNI, again, previously to joining BNI, we had some clients that were in a like, they were the lower end clients. So BNI has introduced me, and again, being a business to business focus BNI has given me paths to my ideal clients. So it's really helped me in that way. And in a networking sense, it's just being visible, being credible, and being liked within the chapter. Then encourage them to go and sell, well, for me essentially.
And so you've been at BNI now for 6 months, as we just mentioned, give or take. What advice would you give to other new BNI members to make the most out of their membership?
Just say yes. Just opportunities will come within the BNI, and look, as long as you know that your business still needs to be primarily where you need to focus. If you have the ability to be part of the visitor host team, be part of the membership committee, one of the leadership roles, there is so much you can learn and within yourself and for your business just by being part of those different committees and teams. So again, being part of BNI gives you access to a lot of education, a lot of resources that you wouldn't normally have in your business unless you had a business coach like yourself, Tony, who can help evolve that. But BNI gives you just little bits that you can go search and find. And again, every week there is a education piece that goes in to part of the meeting, and the things I've learned about just running businesses and I remember I think you did it actually, Tony, was the above the line, below the line with, and it's just um, how if you just change that mindset that you have, BNI can be whatever you want it to be. So if you just go in with a yes attitude, you're halfway there.
That's amazing, amazing attitude, Nick. What's next for your business, mate? Have you got some exciting projects or opportunities on the horizon?
We are in the middle of transfer, creating a virtual office in Melbourne. So I'm in Melbourne at the moment, actually doing a lot of the groundwork down here at the moment. So we're trying to expand our visibility through having a virtual office in Melbourne. And also we are actively looking for digital agencies that are looking to either downsize or sell and take on their customer base for them. So yeah.
And how do you see your relationship with BNI evolving as your business goes through the growth that you're talking about?
I see BNI as being a massive part of that. Again, digital agencies don't necessarily sell the traditional ways through brokers. So through the networking that BNI provides, I can tell my referral group, this is what I'm looking to do. And they could very well turn around and say, I know a business that is up for sale or we're looking to get out or things like that. So BNI is it's a long-term game for me to stick at it and promote my business through that. I'm also very active with visiting other chapters um, around Brisbane, and I actually went to one this morning in Melbourne. So yeah, very much trying to get out and network with whoever I can within the BNI network.
It's a good point you make, Nick, because BNI is global. BNI has been around for almost 40 years, and it's all across the world. And let's talk about domestically here in Australia. Even though your primary chapter or your sort of home chapter is in Brisbane CBD, but then BNI allows you to go and visit other chapters in Brisbane, or as you rightfully said, you're down there in Melbourne, and so you're down there, meeting other people in BNI.
Yes. So, and it's amazing that the conversations I had this morning. I'm lucky I have a sort of a laptop lifestyle that I can still work remotely. Though I sort of made conversations with other people this morning. It's like, oh yeah, really good to have another conversation with you. So you just don't know where a conversation will lead to. So it's great that I remember very early on having a conversation with a gentleman who was very much heavily involved in BNI. And he's like, he went to India and went to a meeting there, and it was like he didn't understand the language, but he understood what the meeting was still doing, and the excitement of the room still got him excited, even though he didn't actually understand what was going on within the room. So the meeting's running in a sort of a set out sort of standard, but you don't necessarily need to understand the language to understand that everyone's enjoying what they do in their business.
And if you could share one piece of wisdom with our listeners, whether they're in BNI or not, what would that be, Nick?
It would have to probably still be that, have that open mindset that you get out of whatever you do by what you put into it. So if you give 100%, you're going to get 100% back. So just be open to whatever conversation. And look, BNI is, I was very early told that it can take a long time for BNI to actually pay off for itself. But you need to give 100%, even though you may not be getting the returns you want yet. It's still that mindset of, yes, I need to be active in my community, because if you're not getting, sometimes you can, like, I think there was a gentleman in our chapter who said to me, he wasn't getting what he wanted from BNI. But he goes, it wasn't BNI, it was him. So you've sometimes got to go, well, BNI's got the track record of what needs to happen, the winning formula. You just need to follow that winning formula. So sometimes it's your mindset to go, okay, where am I going wrong, or how do I change? So it's just that keeping that intact and going, yep, this is where I need to be.
Amazing advice, Nick. Thank you. How can listeners learn more about you and your business and get in touch with you?
Probably the easiest way is to go to our contact form on our website, which is kn@websitedesign.com, or they can drop me an email if they wish to work collaboratively or find more about me at nick@knwebsitedesign.com. Or alternatively, they can also connect with me on LinkedIn,
Excellent. Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate you being here. And that wraps up another episode of the BNI Effect. And I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And a massive heartfelt thank you to Nick Hosking for sharing a little bit about his business and also his journey in BNI. If you found today's episode valuable, I'd love you to subscribe to the BNI Effect and also leave us a review. But until next time, keep networking, keep growing, and remember, your success is our priority here at the BNI Effect.